So Dan, mate, just introduce yourself and explain a little bit about your business. So, the trade, the type of work you do and what the team setup is.
Sure, yeah. I'm Dan from DRE Systems, and we're a system integrator and switchboard manufacturer in Wellington. We also offer industrial electrical installations and maintenance. We have 6 staff. We've got 2 control systems engineers, an electrical design engineer, an electrician, a panel builder, and an apprentice. My wife Joanna runs the accounts and the administration, and I'm sort of facilitating all that, I guess.
Yeah, good stuff. So Dan, love to understand, what did life look like before you joined the $1 Million Tradie program, and what were you looking to achieve, by improving and working on your business?
Well, it was actually my business partner at the time who suggested that we take a look at the program. I was still working from home, and Ron was out running his side of the business. It was just 2 of us. We really had no idea about running a company, our financials, the marketing, business plan. We didn't have any of that. And I guess we were looking for some sort of direction.
Cool. And how was life and your experience of running business at that stage?
It was a little chaotic. We didn't really. It was just money coming in, money going out. We didn't really know what was going on, and it was still exciting. We were still pretty new, but yeah, there was no real structure in place.
Sure. So Dan, tell us about what are the biggest changes that you've made over the last period of time.
Well, yeah, throughout the whole program, that we've been with Profitable Tradie nearly 2 years now, and we're seeing a lot of changes. But when we first started, it was the financials bootcamp, and that really got our brains thinking on what we should be doing to keep the business running, pay ourselves, and have enough money left over to invest and expand the company. We started back costing all our projects, working to make more accurate quotations for both us and our clients. We started trying to price to win, not trying to price to actually make money from the job, not actually just win it.
Yep.
Which was a big change. We refurbed our website. We started actively promoting the company on social media, as well as sending out direct marketing packages to potential customers with brochures and custom Rubik's Cubes and all sorts of stuff to try and get the business going.
Love the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, well, that was sort of the marketing side of things, and yeah, since then we've made a lot of changes.
Yeah. So what are some of the other areas after that sort of initial bit where you got the numbers and some marketing happening? What are some of the other changes that you guys have put in place?
Well, we actually started bringing on staff, so that's saw some reasonable size growth coming from marketing and things. We bring on some good clients, which has led to higher turnover, and that's led to reinvestment in the company. And it's also occasionally gives me more time to focus on business development and marketing. We've sort of established ourselves in our target market. We've set up strong partnerships with leading manufacturers, which is in turn led to more business. So yeah, we've seen a lot of changes. Yeah.
And for you, Dan, what have been the results of the changes that you've made for you, for the business and for you and your family?
I guess I'm starting to feel myself actually become more of a businessman, I guess. Like at the previous days, I was more like a technician rather than somewhat of an entrepreneur, I guess, but not like a manager in a businessman. I think there's a big difference between actually applying your craft and managing it from a business perspective.
Yeah, for sure, massive. And you talked about the financials. We were just talking about that a little bit before. How's that changed for you, in terms of your ability to hit margins and turnover and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, well, targets for turnover is one big thing. Setting goals has been a big part of changes I've made to myself and for the business. Getting to know the numbers has been a big thing for me. Like after a while, when you really start looking at those profit and loss statements almost daily, they start telling you a bit of a story to you.
For sure.
You really see how you need to tweak things or make adjustments when necessary.
Yeah. And what is the changes that you've put in place? How's that changed what you do in the business, and obviously how it affects your time to spend with the family, and all that side of things, mate? Because I think that's important too.
Yeah, well, I'm still finding myself quite busy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting back and relaxing, but I suppose my time management's it was really changed. Like I've got a detailed diary of what I should be doing every day, and every day I start the day on paper and try to finish it there before it starts.
That's awesome.
Time management's really a big thing. I've noticed that occasionally when it starts getting back off track, I can refocus and put myself back on paper, and that helps with my personal life as well. So I can try and get home at a reasonable time and not spend my weekends working as well. But just like any business, you do get stuck into it sometimes. But yeah, we try and keep that structure in place.
Yeah, for sure. So, look, you've made a lot of changes, mate, and I think you've done well. You're a pretty modest guy as well, which is cool. So, how have the changes that you've made, how do you think they've improved things for your clients?
Well, bringing on new staff has given us the opportunity to be considered for larger projects with both existing and the new clients. It also means that we're more readily available to deliver for our clients, instead of it just being me on the phone promising delivery and then working away hours to achieve that. So we've got a bit more structure in place to do that.
Sweet. And what about for your team? So you've obviously brought some team on. How have you structured things to really help and improve things for your team?
I like to think we have a pretty good team culture here. We have regular catch-ups with all staff and see how they are both professionally and personally.
Yep.
We get achievable goals for the next 90 days and then reflect on how they went in the previous 90 days. We have regular company away days, which keeps everyone knowing the road ahead and how we're tracking, and everyone gets the chance to contribute to that. So it keeps everyone playing from the same hymn sheet.
Yep.
And keeps that team unity.
Yeah, for sure. It's massive for the team. And with the financials, mate, so early days, do you know what you were hitting with margins, and what are you sort of able to hit now that you're really into the costing and understanding, how to make things profitable?
Well, our turnover-wise, it's really increased by bringing on staff, and that's allowing for expansion through the company. We're probably maybe doing 2.5 to 3 times we were in that two years we've been with Profitable Tradie.
Yep. And for the margins, mate, which is obviously turnover is great, sales are awesome, but making profit off that work is obviously the key thing.
We make profit for sure, but we don't take the piss. Like our profit margins are sort of in line with what most companies should be making.
Yeah,
for sure. We are making some profit instead of before, where I think we were really breaking even.
Yeah.
That's for growth.
And so what's helped you? Because I think that's a big lesson for a lot of people, is they get really busy doing jobs, running around, and whilst we know we need to make a profit, do a great job, obviously that's crucial, but make a profit too. What would be your advice or thoughts to people who are stuck in that situation? What do they actually need to look at to make sure that they are profitable with the work they do? Where should they start?
Well, from what you've told me, and we've implemented that, we need to back cost all their projects and see exactly what it does cost to run a project from start to finish, and where your materials go and everything else. And if you don't back cost, if you don't measure that, then you can't manage it. So you've really got to look at it.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, it's great advice. I think back costing is the number one thing in the toolbox that I'd suggest everyone does straight away. And it'll highlight the areas of projects that aren't good or clients that aren't good and ones that perhaps are. And so it's massive, mate. What I'd love to know from you, Dan, is like you've made some huge changes and obviously changed as a business owner a lot. For you, what are the mindset shifts that you've had to make?
Yeah, mindset changes for me personally probably the biggest part of Profitable Tradie. We're still really getting started on this whole business journey, but wherever you look is exactly where you're going to go. So you've got to be sure you're looking in the right direction, and self-belief is a big thing. Stress comes with the territory of running a business, let alone expanding one, and dealing with those pressures and anxieties and really be testing. I'm actually really grateful to Tony, yourself, and Phil, and the Profitable Tradie team for helping me out through all of that. And the road ahead looks a little less rocky. Thanks to you,
man. And oh, that's a bit of feedback. Anyway, a big shout out to you, mate, because I think it's really easy to kind of just shy away from the difficult things, which are kind of mentally and emotionally challenging, in terms of business. But you've really stumped up and met it head on, which I think is it's flipping awesome, mate. So well done to you. It's kind of fun working with people who will really pick up the ball and run with it, mate. Do you have any other advice for someone who's stuck in their business and wants to make improvements?
Yeah, sure. Running a business is no simple task. It's hugely stressful, as mentioned, time consuming. And you find yourself getting overwhelmed and wondering if it's all worth it. And getting a business coach like Profitable Tradie is a really helpful way to mitigate that, because if they come with an array of tools, they can let you see the wood from the trees, speak pretty frankly with you, and just get you running on the path you want to be.
Cheers, man. Hey, it's been awesome. That's interesting feedback. Been awesome, on this journey with you, mate. And I guess the exciting thing for us is that I think for you, the best is yet to come for your business.
Catch up.
Sweet, man.